Welcome everybody. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining. This is our weekly Kirtan session. Oh, thank you. Sakra, he says, I like your hair. We do this every week, and this week is a little bit different. Normally I broadcast on Facebook as well, but I'm trying out simplifying life, minimizing, scaling down a little bit, and today we are just on YouTube and Instagram. So we'll see how that goes. Welcome to give your feedback. These sessions have been going on since, it's almost a year actually since we've been doing the live sessions. So we're coming up to a year since, at least in the Western world, the COVID pandemic sort of kicked off. And we started the Kirtans maybe 10 days or so after that. So it's been quite a journey, and these live sessions have really helped me personally, and I know many of you get through it. So yeah, 1 year, amazing, right? So let me know where you're tuning in from. I'd love to see. I saw some messages: Coventry, from India, from Russia. Hey Kiran. Kiran is in Kenya, in Nairobi, I think. Michelle in Australia. Toronto. Essex. Essex is in England. Nottingham, from Spain. Oh, thank you, Vanita. Yeah, 12 days till a year. Dallas, Boston, Swiss mountains, amazing. Rapid City, South Dakota, amazing. So many different places. It is really incredible how we can connect through this medium, and the reality is that sound is connecting us regardless. That when we engage with this sacred sound vibration, we are connected, but the facility of the internet just allows us to become aware of it, to know that we are connected now, because we can see, at least we can see names on a screen even if we can't actually see each other. Colombia, Varanasi, amazing. Brazil, Karnataka, Italy, thank you so much. Lithuania, wow, it's like never ending. Belarus, every single thing that comes up is a completely different place. So what I wanted to share today, it was just on the tip of my tongue, and now I've forgotten. Anyway, yeah, that's what it was. So when we connect with these sacred vibrations of Kirtan, sacred chant, it's said that we actually, it's not the same as the other activities that we do in our life. It's not the same as, you know, having dinner, brushing our teeth, sleeping, connecting with a friend. It's not exactly the same. It's said that these sounds, these mantras, transport us to a sacred realm that is always existing. It's ever present, ever ready to be connected with. But we actually penetrate that realm through this sound vibration. And so it's that place, that experience is timeless. So let's try to go there today together. And we'll begin with a prayer that we do every week. These are the opening invocations. So I invite you, wherever you are, to close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths together, inhaling through the nostrils and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now let's inhale again and together vibrate. चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। अनार्पिता चरिञ्चिरात् करुणावती न खलु समर्पयितुं मन्यतो ज्वलरसं स्वभक्तिश्रियम्। हरि पूरत सुंदर द्योति कदम्ब संदीपितः सदा हृदय कंदरे स्फुरतु सचिनंदन। आजानुलंबित भुजो संकीर्तनैकपितरो कमलायताक्षो विश्वाम्बरो द्विजवरो युगधर्मपालो वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरो Sankirtanayakapitaro Kamayataksha Vishwambharo Dijavaro Yudadharmapalo Vande Jagat Priyakaro Karunavataro. So, thank you all again. Thank you for being here. And I wanted to begin today with, you see I have a new t-shirt. It says George Harrison here. This is a shirt made by my friend. It has his face on the back. But I was wearing it and I was just thinking about George Harrison and everything that he did to spread spiritual music and raise consciousness all over the world. By the way, if you want a t-shirt like this, you can look up Boot Foundation on Instagram. You can get one from them. Boot.foundation. So George Harrison, okay, it's a long running joke and misunderstanding that I'm his daughter. I'm not his daughter. I'm not related to him in any way biologically, but in a spiritual relationship, spiritual relationship means that there's a like-mindedness or something shared in the heart, that there's a shared aspiration. So I really deeply am inspired and aspiring to follow in his footsteps in the way that he shared music so beautifully from his heart and shared spiritual knowledge through his lyrics. So most of his songs were in English, but he actually recorded this beautiful chant, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe. Radha or Radhe is the divine feminine, the supreme mother, the source of all grace and beauty, and the exemplar of selfless service, of selfless love. So Jai means victory or glory, Jai Radhe, and then Jai Krishna. Krishna is that supreme being who is all attractive, who attracts the heart, who attracts the mind, who attracts the senses, who fully satisfies all the longings, all the desires which are frustrated by just seeking things materially. That supreme person known as Krishna fulfills the heart completely. So Jai Radhe and Jai Krishna. And this tune was recorded by George Harrison on one of his albums. I can't remember which it is. I'll have to look it up. So let us bring this in. Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe. Your turn. Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Radhe. Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe, Radhe. Jai Radhe, Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Krishna, Jai Krishna, Krishna. Jai Krishna, Jai Shri Thank you everyone for being here. Wonderful to be with you, as always. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Radhe. I'm been wondering for a long time now, when are we going to be together again in person for Kirtan? I'm really, really waiting for that moment, looking forward to it so much. I've been in some Kirtan gatherings with just a few friends, and even that is an amazing feeling after so long, just being at home. But it definitely pushes me, it pushes so many people I know to go a bit deeper inside, and sometimes that's a very difficult thing. Sometimes it pushes you to realize things that you've been ignoring, or things that you've been thinking, that certain things are good enough, and it's actually not. It's not. There's not enough depth that's being explored inside. So I'm very grateful for this practice that helps me to go there. It doesn't just help me. It is it's said about Kirtan that it is both the means and the goal, or as I like to describe it, as the gateway and the goal. So it's not just a way of getting to a spiritual state, but once you get to that state of transcendence or complete purity, then what will you do when you're there? Then you will be singing and chanting these beautiful names. Doesn't matter, maybe you don't sing the names of the divine in Sanskrit, maybe you sing them in other languages, but the names for that Supreme One are infinite. And infinite means that every name that we may hear in this realm that is glorifying these beautiful attributes and characteristics and activities are names that are attracting in a very unique, special way this love for the Supreme. So let's continue with my favorite mantra, Maha Mantra. We always have to sing the Maha Mantra, and I'm just again thinking of George Harrison, just because I'm wearing this shirt. For anyone that doesn't know, it would be hard to imagine that there are people that haven't heard this song. But if you haven't heard it, he released a song called My Sweet Lord in, I believe, 1971. And it really made history in several ways. One of them was that one of the most, someone from one of the most famous bands in the world, pop bands in the world, got a spiritual song, a devotional song, to chart at #1, not just in one country, but in many, many, many countries all over the world. And not just for 1 week, but I think it stayed at #1 for something like 12 weeks, something amazing. And another unique thing about it was that he brought together a choral background from the gospel tradition. And they were singing Hallelujah. And then eventually came in voices singing Hare Krishna, and they sang a beautiful verse, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, etc. So he combined different spiritual traditions in one song and got it to be at #1, which is simply incredible. So the Maha Mantra was in this song, and in that way so many people heard about it for the first time. It was played at football matches, it was played at music rock concerts, played in people's homes. My father first heard it in school. His classmates were playing the record in a broom cupboard, cleaning cupboard. So it brought so many people a spiritual connection. So we're going to sing that mantra together. And I'm going to just lower this a little bit. That when something is repeating over and over again in the same tune, eventually the mind says, okay, I know what this is, and so I'll just switch off or start thinking about something else. So the challenge that we have when we approach this practice of Kirtan is to keep the mind engaged, and to do that requires a bit of effort. So I want to challenge you that even though we're singing the same words over and over again, we're singing the same tune, try and get your mind to stick very closely, as if your mind is, Velcro, that Velcro that sticks things together. So imagine that the mantra is one piece of Velcro, and your mind is the other piece, and your heart is the other piece. Your mind's trying to pull the Velcro apart, but just keep them stuck together. Follow the mantra along as it unfolds with the mind intertwined. Let's sing together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. you all. It is definitely a challenge to keep the mind connected with the mantra, but it is worth it. It is worth the effort. Um, so sorry, my comments got frozen here. I'd like to still be able to read. So going to keep this going, keep it going every Tuesday. And oh, actually, next week, might not be here next week, doing something exciting. So for the Govinda song that recently came out, we've been working on a music video. It's taken a long time. I'm not sure if I shared that before on social media. Over on my Patreon page, anyone who's a member of the little Patreon family there, I've been sharing behind the scenes clips of the build up to this music video with them. But yeah, so we're just at the final stage and we're going to be filming the last part of it on Tuesday. So I'll keep you posted. I'll let you know if we are going to be going ahead with the live Kirtan. But otherwise, we definitely will be keeping it going. If you are interested to go and check out the Patreon, that is www.patreon.com/Jahnavi Music. And it's an online community where you're able to help to support artists and creators that you love, that you want their work to continue, and give a monthly donation, and in that way we build energy towards these beautiful offerings. Thank you so much, Made by Emmy, for sharing that there. Hi, Estrud. So there are a few other things I wanted to mention. Now I've completely forgotten. Does anyone have any questions? If you do, please ask them in the comments. Happy to answer. We have a few minutes left, and it'd be nice to hear from you. Hi, Kim. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for being here, Monique. And AJ, lovely to see you. Ani. Ani says, how are you? Ani is a very old friend of mine. He's not really, really old, but he's an old friend. Well, how am I? I think I'm doing all right. I think I'm doing okay, doing well. I've been really lucky during this pandemic time to have service. It's said in the path of Bhakti Yoga that service is sort of like the real shelter, the real protection, because when we don't have service, when we don't have a place to offer our heart's energy, the mind can get really unbalanced and really disturbed. And so I do experience that. It's not easy to stay connected, but I'm very grateful for places like this, forums like this, where I can serve. So I'm doing all right. I'm trying to stay strong on the path. I'm actually doing a process right now called The Artist's Way. Some of you may have heard of this book by Julia Cameron. I'm going to show you. Oops, I apologize. This is a book by Julia Cameron. I'm taking this course. I've done half of it in the past, The Artist's Way, but I've just embarked on it. I'm on week 2, and it's really powerful. One of the most beautiful practices that it teaches is to do writing every morning, and so for me that is it's always wonderful. I've been doing it for many years, but I get extra on point 3 pages every morning whilst doing this. Thank you. I'm gonna check a few more questions here. Any chances of visiting India? I think not till the COVID situation has I don't know, improved a bit, and I guess till India is allowing people. I'm not sure if they're allowing anyone to come in right now. Okay, let's see. Do you plan to come to Chicago Temple? Not right now, but maybe in the future. Dear Janavi, which tala were you using today? Today I was using Teen Tal. It's a cycle of 16 beats. Hi Joshua, thank you so much. He said he listened to the Jay Shetty podcast and found us here. Thank you. How do you warm up vocal cords, if at all, Yashoda? Many different ways you can warm up vocal cords. I have some warm water here. You can also do just humming. I'm a little guilty that I often or usually don't warm up my voice. I'm getting better at doing it as I'm getting older because I'm realizing how important it is. So usually just by humming, by just doing some little oohs and ahs, and there's a few vocal exercises you can do, but I don't do anything fancy. Keeping your throat warm if you're going to have to sing is a really good idea. Let's see. Any more questions here? Someone's asking about the spiritual significance of Radhe's necklace. I'm wearing this necklace from my dear friend Radhe, and this stone is called chrysoprase, I think, and she told me that it is heart-opening, so that's as much as I know about it. How about Nepal? I would love to come to Nepal if I could. Do you ever play in Times Square, Manhattan? Not at the moment, actually, not at the moment. But I do go there sometimes, so let's see. Yes. Kim Leslie is tuned in here, and she is a professional singer and has coached many people in singing. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, for warming up the vocal cords, breathing, the breath, breathing from the diaphragm is so important. I have to say I've gradually learned over the years the importance of breathing, and when I say gradually, it's sort of by doing the wrong things, by process of trial and error, I've realized, and been also given some tips by different teachers about the importance of breathing. If you can get your breathing right, the voice can be so much more strong and supported and powerful. So highly recommend doing even just deep breathing, but also you can look up pranayama exercises, breathing exercises that will help your singing immensely. Jesse, will you ever release any music on vinyl? I'd love to buy something physical. I've been thinking about that actually. A lot of people have asked me that, and I've always hesitated because I thought that the costs of producing vinyl might be more than the people that are wanting to buy vinyl, but I'm still considering it. Perhaps with my next album, I would love to do that. How can I find a songbook to develop my singing? Hi, Rabin. Lovely to hear from you. To develop singing, I think, I'm not sure about whether you mean to develop your singing voice or to develop learning songs. There are different songbooks out there with devotional songs in them. In terms of a book to develop singing, I'm not aware of a good one. Maybe, Kim, maybe you have a recommendation. But the best thing is a teacher because they can really engage with you personally. And these days now, everything's online. You can learn to sing. You can do everything online. Richard says, can I order multiple Govinda posters? The cart was not allowing. Okay, I'm going to check into that. But thank you for reminding me. For anyone that didn't know, the cover art for the Govinda single that we recently released is available as a very beautiful poster. I received one myself, and it's really high quality. It's really bright and beautiful and perfect meditation also for springtime to have one on your wall. So if you're on Instagram, the link is in my bio, and I'll also put it here when this video goes up on YouTube, the link for that. It's a lovely gift also for a friend. I love the artwork. It was done by my dear friend Kaveri, and I'm a real fan of her art. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Kim is teaching online. Leslie.Kim if you need a teacher. Nisha says, Nisha Baku, do you ever sing without instruments? Yes, every day I sing without instruments. Normally when I sing Kirtan, I do accompany myself with an instrument because it helps to make it more melodious. Also, generally with Kirtan, you're leading other people, and so leading other people, it helps them to have an instrument being played as well. But the tradition with some types of Kirtan is actually to only use the voice and accompany with percussion instruments. So there are different ways of going about it. How did you learn to play Kirtan on the violin? Mia asks. Lot of practice playing in. I just would join in the Kirtan. It wasn't something that I wanted to do initially, but I got really encouraged and sort of arm twisted. I think for about a year I would play in the Kirtan with my violin without any amplification. Yeah, it took a long time to feel comfortable with it, but the more you do something, anything that it is, the more you do it, it gets easier and it gets more enjoyable in the process. So, people are asking about my shorter hair. Yes, I like it. It took a while to get used to it, but it's feeling lighter. Thank you. Let's see, any questions here on YouTube? Okay, well, thank you all for these lovely questions. Bahrain, I have not met Sadhguru, and I've been to Bahrain airport. I've been to Vancouver. Yes. Okay, so, Joshua was asking, was violin self-taught? No, I did not teach myself the violin. I went to a teacher for about 14 years, and yeah, it was quite a long time. And where did you learn harmonium? I learned a little bit of harmonium in school when I was a child, and mostly I am self-taught on the harmonium. So thank you all so much for these questions. Let me know if you would like to have more question time to time on these live sessions. Wishing you all a wonderful rest of the week, and really pray that you can find a moment every day, whether it is literally a moment, whether it is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or if it's longer, an hour, almost an hour like what we did here, and make that connection with mantra. It is really important. It is really important to make a space in your life for spiritual connection with the heart, connection with that sacred space within. In whatever way enables you to do that. For some people, it's just meditation on the breath. For others, it is through offering their service in a practical way, cooking, cleaning, many other kinds of service. But it's said that this practice of mantra singing is one of the most joyful, the most accessible, and so enjoyable to do in a large group with everyone, bringing hearts and voices together. So please try to make some time every day for yourself, for your spirit connection, and I wish you a wonderful week until we meet again. Take care, everyone. Don't forget to check out Patreon. Don't forget to comment on these videos or these actually, I've never mentioned that, but the more you comment on things, the more you share them. We help to spread this mantra music. We help to spread spirituality, upliftment farther. It's sort of a maybe well-known, maybe not so well-known thing at this point that social media runs by algorithms, and so I used to think that when people would ask to like and share, like, oh, do they just want to be really popular, but it's just the way it works. So let's do this together. Let's like, share, and comment, and help these positive, these spiritual transcendent vibrations spread farther and farther. Wonderful. So take care, everybody.